Is happening?
What's up?
Y'all know what time it is.
Oh yeah,
It's another session of Parking Lot Parables. I am Matt P.
And I'm Jeremy Chase.
And we are here once again just to talk with y'all just for a little while. Like I said, we always say we hope you've had a great day.
Yes, sir.
You know,
definitely.
It's going to be hump day. And we hope y'all are just getting through this week the best way you know how.
Always.
Legally.
Yeah.
Let's see. You know, have y'all ever just had some relationships? Or have you ever had a relationship where, you know, man, this relationship is trash.
Trash.
But you stay in it anyway.
Yeah.
You don't have the resolve, the will to just cut it off. Talking about just, man, hey, look, deuces. You know, it takes courage.
It does.
And so that's what we want to talk about with y'all tonight, man. We're talking about cutting folks off. It might be, it ain't even got to be a person. It might be a job.
Yeah.
You know,
friendships,
family,
Woo.
all the type of things like that. You know, and that's what we wanted to talk about tonight. You know, because I mean, it takes a lot of courage, you know, to cut people off, man. You know, a lot of times you might be worried about how they gonna react.
Yeah, and man, the thing is, without knowing it, you create soul ties with people, especially if you know you did it, like been in a relationship with them for a long time. Like you know, it's hard to disconnect from someone that you've spent so much time with, invested in, you know, like gave your all to. Especially when they treat you with some foolishness. Like, bruh, it's difficult. But, you know, sometimes they make it easy for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely, you know, things where, you know, you're always throwing shade at you. Yeah, you have friends. Well, they call themselves your friend, right?
Yeah.
But to your face be throwing shade.
Yeah. This is true.
I'm like, how trifling can you be?
Yeah, been through that. I'm like, man, doggone.
I guess you can put a little respect on them because they don't care. They'll throw shade at your face, behind your back.
Yeah.
Like, they don't care. They just gonna throw shade at you.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, it's all, you know, we friends. We joke. You know, we clown each other.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know, I mean, we laugh at each other. But, you know, it's all in good fun.
Yeah.
But you have to discern between that and when somebody's really, you know, just being miserable.
Malice.
Malice. You know, there's malicious intent behind what the words they say.
Shoot,
you know,
man.
There's unwarranted aggression.
Yeah, that hatefulness.
Just a hater. Like, why, fam? What I did to you?
Oh yeah, but you gotta look out for them signs. You know, I know me and you both had people in our lives that you know were just trash. Even in like friendships and relationships and stuff like that, and you don't realize it because you're invested into them.
Right.
You're fully in, and you're not looking at this person's gonna do this to me tomorrow. You don't see that coming.
Yeah. Let's be honest for a second. When you're friends with somebody for years, 3-4 years, y'all been hanging out for like all the time. Y'all hang out. Y'all hang out easily 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest thing to cut that person off. You know why? Nope. Because they've been integrated into your
whole lifestyle.
Your lifestyle. Man. They're a part of it. You know, albeit a bad part, terrible, trash part. Garbage truck juice.
But we don't see it at first, man.
No,
we're always blind to it.
And I thank God for mothers. If you and you know, I feel for people whose mothers are no longer with them, because a lot of times when you got a good mother who be watching, they'll tell you straight up, off top, as soon as they meet him, I don't like him.
No cap.
I don't like him. He ain't really your friend. He gay.
Man,
true story.
It be like that though.
True story.
It be like that. Like you can get yourself in all types of situations. That's why it's always good to listen to different counsel, because you never know who's really for you and who's against you. I learned now that you really have to guard your heart. No matter who it is, man. Like, you really gotta guard your heart, because if you get too attached to someone and they're not there, then your whole world will be destroyed. So even with family members, you never know when one of your family might start tripping on some foolishness.
It's like your friend was saying, bro, talking about having your identity outside of your gifts and stuff.
Yeah,
you gotta have your identity outside of your friends.
Yeah, you gotta strip away everyone, man, and really look at your own value. Like, even if like me and you weren't friends, you gotta find value, you know, in all things
within yourself.
Yeah, you gotta know who you are. Like I said in a previous podcast or whenever it was, you know, I used to be a follower where I was the one following everyone else, but I've finally become like a leader role in my life where I've taken charge, where I grow to what I like, and I'm still learning myself every day. But you know, when it comes to relationships or friendships, you have to guard your heart. You have to look at things optimistically. You have to really have like an outer eye, you know, as far as, you know, looking into your situation. You have to be 100% real. And it's always good to reevaluate your friendships, relationships, family. Actually write it down. Like, is this person benefiting me? Are they harming me more than they're benefiting me? What value do they bring? Even what value do I bring to them? Because sometimes you may be the trash one.
Yeah.
And sometimes it may be good for you to be like, you know what, right now in this season, I don't need to be connected to you because I'm going through something and I may hurt you, or, you know, sometimes we do have those seasons where we're trash ourselves.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Oh yeah,
because that's not something that's really in this day and time. Everyone else, we live in a day and time where, you know, and I'm sure it's probably, to an extent, it's probably always been like that. But more than ever, I feel like we live in a day and time where it's not me, it's everybody else.
Oh yeah. We love to put the blame because no one likes to be guilty. No one likes to be the bad person. No one likes to say that they were the problem. And that's why in everything you have, even in like some people who did you trash, there was probably a bunch of moments where you did them dirty too.
Yeah. And
you have to look at those moments and grow from them. I know in, you know, all of my relationships, I always look back and was like, how was I towards this person? Yeah. Was I really who I said I was during that time? Like, did I do all I could to be a good person towards them? Did I, you know, just do my part? And 9 times out of 10, it's a no.
Yeah. And at the very least, when it comes to like, especially like relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, at the very least, you know, because sometimes, you know, there may be one person that was just really being trash throughout the relationship. Yeah. It can be like that.
Yeah, that's true.
But at the same time, at the very least, you can always say, look back and say, yeah, I was trash when I ended it when I knew I should have. Yeah. You know, I let it drag out. Mm-hmm. You know, I put myself in a predicament. Yeah. You know, so I can't really put all the blame on them. Exactly. I should have cut it off a long time ago, and I knew it. Yeah. But, you know, we blame things like, yeah, you know, they had kids. You know, I love the children. Mm-hmm. The sex was good.
And you know what, man? It's always hard to look in the mirror at yourself. Because battling your flaws and looking at yourself just naked as who you are, And
it can be ugly.
Very ugly. Like, man, if you really take a deep dive or how your heart really is, shoot, I learned I have a very vindictive mind at times.
Oh, bro.
like even just in your thoughts.
That one, boy.
In your thoughts, like, you know, there were some people who did me wrong, and I was just thinking of crazy stuff that I wanted to
get
do.
them back. Yeah, I know what you mean.
And bro. I'm like, man, like,
it's tough out here.
Your mind can be corrupted and you don't even know it. And you know what? I think sometimes when evil is sown, it can bring fruit of evil from you as well. So if someone does evil unto you, it'll bring out your evil.
Especially if you ain't seeking God, man.
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
We as humans.
Oh, we be ready to pop off.
Yeah, I feel like we as humans, like, for the majority, like, is more capable of bad things. Where, like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, of course we are capable of good things, but bro, we can destroy some junk quicker than we can make it. Boy, like,
and you know what, bro? I was watching this podcast today, as a matter of fact, and it was talking about they were saying, you know, that, you know, they're not as offended of the N-word anymore. And the example they gave is that you know, when you're in traffic, that's when you're at your evilest self. Because one, you don't know the other person in the other car, so you say whatever. So if you find yourself, you know, saying like, that nigger over there, you know, you say something out of character, that's who you truly are on the inside. So that's one good sign that you're trash. Like, if you're in traffic and someone cuts you out or cuts you off, if your first instinct is to cuss them out, or, you know, to flip them off, or the you know, you got some crazy thoughts in your head.
What you doing, you stupid mother?
Yeah, like, that's a good test to see where you are as far as, you know, your heart.
That road rage be real, cuz.
Yeah, man. Like, I found myself. I'm like, dog.
Bro, that road rage be something serious, boy.
Cause sometimes I be like, yeah, whatever. I ain't in no hurry anyway. But sometimes,
boy, when you be in a hurry though, when you trying to get somewhere, you late for work.
Shoot.
You late for work,
man.
Oh man.
Woo. And don't let someone almost hit you. Woo.
Oh, they everything but a child of God at that moment.
Oh yeah. I was like, man, but you know, you always gotta look at yourself in these situations. Always reevaluate who you're associated with.
Most definitely.
And like we were saying before, if they're not really a part of your vision, a part of your, you know, what you're trying to build to, then you probably do need to cut them off. If they're not going in a similar path, and I'm not saying that, you know, like, say me, I do videography and Matt does music. I'm not saying that if we don't do the same things to cut them off. What I'm saying is they don't have the same mindset. Then it may be that time to be like, you know.
Perfect example. Let's get into examples.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's say I got a friend I've been friends with for years. I'm talking about 10 years. You know, we do everything together. We go out of town, we hang out, we club, we carry on. Now, I'm starting to want to go to a different path. Like, okay, yeah, the club thing is fun. It was fun. But now it's starting to, you know, I'm losing my taste for it. Why? Because I'm wanting to do more things, man. I want to see other things. Yeah. I'm wanting to reach goals and all, but fam wants to keep chasing after girls. Yeah. And clubbing, going to ladies' night every Wednesday, sink or swim on Thursdays. You know, all this other type of stuff. So I'm like, that point is a time where you need to evaluate, okay, I want to do more. I want to be more. You know, I mean, you got people who get stuck in that cycle for years, man. Years, like decades, I see people that I went to high school with, man. They still going to the same clubs, man. Yeah, bro.
Shoot, I've seen
posing
people
at the same backdrop,
bro. I've seen people older than me, and they still like just as wild and ridiculous as ever. Like,
I'm like, they still partying like they just turned 21, bro.
Like, bro, it's. I'm like. bro, what made me upset, how are you in college and still want to be a gangster? Like, you acting like you just so hood, but you gotta take an economics test. Like, you can't be hood in college. I done seen that trash, man. Like, I'm like, why? And like, that's why I always look at people's mindset. If you're not in the mindset, all right, I gotta grow up, I gotta, complete these things to be better, I want to, be this by a certain time. If you're not planning and trying to achieve those things, deuces. Like, no, you can't be in my inner circle.
Yeah, and back what you were saying about the hood and economics thing, like, you gotta pick a struggle, man. Either you want to advance yourself or you want to be about the streets.
Yeah.
You can't be about both. Why?
Yeah.
For one, because the streets don't love nobody
at all.
The streets ain't got nothing but lost lives.
Yeah,
man. Like, lost lives. That's all the streets is about, is lost lives. You're going down. So if you gonna focus on bettering yourself, you got to leave the streets behind.
Oh yeah.
You can't be in the middle, because the streets are gonna take you. If you keep straddling along the street line, the streets gonna grab you, bro.
Yeah. And it's like, it's so sad to see grown adults, man, acting childish.
35.
Like,
you can see they
40, 45.
You can see they brown stained drawers.
Man, you got old men out here trying to go after young girls. I'm like, bruh, you could be their granddaddy. And I'm like, bruh, why you trying to holler at her?
I'm like, look, man,
you ain't got your teeth.
I know age ain't nothing but a number and all that other stuff, but come on, fam.
Stay in your lane.
Like, come on, fam.
But yeah, man, it's something to really think about, because I know we've all probably grew up with a certain crew, and mine has changed drastically.
What?
I mean, drastically.
I done went from hanging out with people that sell drugs and like we be out just smoking blacks and smoking weed and like drinking and carrying on to doing what we do now.
Exactly, man. Like, it's crazy how, like, your life can advance so fast.
10 years has brought upon many changes.
Yeah, but you look back at everyone else that you've left, and they're still in the same spot. They're still doing the same things. There's no growth. Like,
and sad, that's not to say that. I mean, I wish them the best. I mean, I hope the best.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I hope that they one day decide to do better with themselves. Now, whether they do, man. Look, you can't. Look, I'm talking to anybody who's listening. You can't force it. You can't stick around to hope that they change.
Yeah,
you gotta go.
Yeah.
You got your life to live. You can't live nobody else's, man.
Yeah, I've learned a long time ago not to shoulder other people's burdens. Cause like, people can go through a lot and try to put it on your shoulders, but then they'll be next day just living it up somewhere, like they weren't just going through this. So I've learned that one, it's not my burden to carry, and that is Jesus's. Like, all of it is Christ's burden. And some people, even like people who are like in I would say like a drought, where they can't help themselves in a lot of ways. Like, you really have to let God be that light in them. I know a lot of times I've been with this Superman syndrome where I want to save everybody, but I can't. And you have to let God be God in certain people's lives. I remember I had a friend a long time ago, and she had an ex-boyfriend, and when they were dating, she wasn't saved, and they were having sex or whatever, and so they broke up or whatever, and then she got saved like a couple of years later, and then the guy came back into her life, and like, it's weird. This is one of the weirdest times, because this was the first time I heard God's voice clearly to tell me to tell her that she can't grow, or he won't be able to be introduced to Christ, because all he'll think about is the old you. All he'll think about is what y'all did before. So his mindset can't even grasp that he can't have that anymore. And some people are like that. You know, you have friends that, you know, they can't grasp that you're different. They can't grasp that, you know, you've changed and not doing the same thing.
Yeah, and they're not gonna respect it either.
Oh,
so,
no.
Like,
and there are some who will be like, you know what, bruh, I'm not even gonna trip. You know, I understand you doing big things. Now, they'll still do their dirt, but they respect you.
Yeah.
Now, there's a difference between that and then them other ones be like, man, you just a punk.
Yeah.
Like,
I was actually reading that in that book of mine. I'm still reading it. The Truth About Men. And he was actually the chapter I was in today. He was talking about that. You know, the change. You know, he's deciding to feed the master or the virtuous part of him instead of the lustful, sinful part. And you know, when you get around certain people, you know, they not gonna understand. You know, they gonna think, oh, you think you better than us? You know, that type of thing there. And you know what? It doesn't matter what they think, you know, because you know that's not what's going on. You just trying to live better for you. Yeah. And you hope that they move on to that. But you know, your peace is what's important.
Oh yeah, you got to have peace in all things, man. I don't care what it is. Like, if I wasn't peaceful about this podcast, I'd drop it right now, bruh.
Yeah.
I'm to that point where I want what God has for me. And, you know, you can't allow others to come into that and disrupt it. If it's not adding to it, if it's not growing to it, it's time to cut it out. I'm learning so much that you can't give people all of your time who are not building you up, who are not, you know, allowing you to grow better, who are not, you know, inspiring you to do good things, inspiring you to grow in Christ, inspiring you to, you know, pursue great things. Like, if they're time wasters, you know, it's time out for that. You know, because I understand, you know, people like to hang out and all that, but if that's all you do, it's time to do something better, man. I'm at the point where I want to grow, and I want to help others grow, and I want others to help me grow as well. Like, I'm trying to build a team where, you know, if anyone's missing anything, I can go to someone and be like, hey, this person needs this. Like, I'm trying to build that type of system where, you know, everyone helps each other. Like, we all have resources that we all can use to grow and be better and to, you know, just develop ourselves. Like, bro, I want generations to spawn wealth between everyone, like, that I come in contact with, man. Like, I'm thinking that type of vision, bro, because, you know, it's like seeing a lot, especially in Valdosta, bro. Like, it's so many people that have a poverty mindset, so many people that don't want to grow, that stuck in their ways, that don't want to change in no way. And like, I'm tired of that mentality. I'm tired of people, one, putting limits on themselves and putting limits on God. Like, he can't bring you out of this situation. Like, he can't, you know, allow you to be what you vision yourself to be. A lot of people have lost their dreams, bruh. And I really believe in this season, it's time to pick those dreams back up.
Yeah. Like,
man, it's so much.
It's a misconception of, like, you know, if you don't get this done by a certain age, you need to give it up. Yeah. And, you know, a lot of people will tell you that. You know, a lot of people say, hey, it's too late to be starting business in this game. You're 50 years old. It's too old. It's too late.
Man, if you look at it, a lot of people were older. I know even like
dude, KFC.
Yeah.
Started when he was in his 50s or something like that.
J.K. Rowling, who wrote the Harry Potter book, she was like, what, 45, 50? Around that area. So I'm like, when she wrote the first, I was like, dog. But you never know, man. Like, and you know what? I've learned that, you know, even the Bible says that, you know, if you treat, you know, people right and do good, that your older years will be better than your younger years. So, you know, that's why I'm trying to adapt that mindset that, you know, just you know, doing the right things, especially to grow, man, because if you're just stagnant, you're going to stay stagnant. You know, you got to learn, you got to grow, pursue those things that God tells you to do. Don't do those things he tells you not to do. And it's a struggle. Every day is a struggle, but you know, sometimes you gotta cut them people off, and it's hard.
Sometimes you even have to cut a church off.
You talking right there. Like, it's, and I think church hurt is one of the biggest plagues in the African American community. It don't always have to be, you know, they did this to me, so I ain't never going to no church ever again. No, every church isn't bad, and every church isn't good. All of them have their problems, but I'm at the point in my life where I'm trying to get what God has for me. And you know what? You can't blame churches for you know, your relationship with God. Like, that's always supposed to be a one-on-one thing. Like, if you're not growing, then it's your fault. It really is. Because we all get the same Bible. We got so many resources nowadays where you can look up, you know, things that you want to learn in Christ. But, you know, it's so many opportunities to grow. And you can't blame a church situation or, you know, what you went through in a church to stop you from growing. It's time out for those excuses. And I do believe you should be in a church and, you know, join a church that you can be a part of. You know, even now, me, I'm looking for a church that I can be settled in. Yeah. You know,
after this,
oh yeah, after the Rona's over,
calm down.
Yeah,
I heard the pastor say earlier, when the White House opened back up for visitation, that's when I'm going back to a full church that's got a full congregation.
Oh yeah. But you know, and like me and you, we visited churches all over the place, and there are a lot of good churches. Really, bro, there's one out of town that I really want to, you know, if I was there, I'd go to every Sunday.
What's that?
You remember the church in Tampa?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they was dope.
Yeah, they were on point. Like, that's really the type of atmosphere that I'm looking for.
Crossover.
Yeah, they were on point, and you know, you have to go with what's good for you. You know,
I like that non-traditional, real, just laid back.
Yeah,
you know, none of those traditional like customs.
Yeah,
I mean, because that's what they are. They're not biblical. They're just customs.
Yeah, and you know what? Not knocking traditional, but they have a lot of limitations that God never wanted to put in the situation.
I'm knocking it simply because when you don't follow their traditions, they look at you, or some of them are bold enough to say you going to hell for not dressing a certain way, or you're going to hell for wearing a hat or not wearing a hat if you're a woman. I don't know. Your dress is not your dress ain't past your knees. You're going to hell with gasoline draws on. So I am knocking it. You can quote me on that.
I feel you, bro. Yeah, this is true.
Now, in the book of Romans, it does say that you know, it talks about, Paul was talking about, you know, one person regards one day as holy. Another person regards every day as holy. And then it says, and it was talking about one person believes eating meat is good, one other person doesn't believe it. Whatever you believe about these things, you should keep between you and God. So that's why when I go to somebody's church, their little tradition,
man,
I try and adhere because of that scripture. But if you tell me I'm going to hell because I had a hat on in church,
might have been a bad hair day.
That's all right. But see, because I understand, you know, for all these pastors out here, you know, people like to talk about the old church. But here's the problem with the old church. We already know a lot of things that the people like the old church and old pastors, they would quick to tell somebody you're going to hell. And you know what? They all gonna answer for that too.
Yeah.
See, because they were, I mean, I don't recall anybody outside of Jesus having the authority to say that to somebody.
I'm telling
you. You know, but they say that with authority. And they go, I hope they can authoritatively answer God when he asks, who told you that you could tell people they can go to hell? Who told you that? Who told you that?
And you know what, man?
Go ahead, bro.
The main thing that, you know, that really disturbs me is the lack of transparency. Because a lot of, you know, traditional churches, they feel like, you know, that they don't ever go through nothing. They don't ever do anything wrong. Like they never stepped across a boundary. Like, and I feel that, you know, that's not teachable. You know, you can't teach someone something that you've never done. And like, you know, for people who have fallen, for people who have sinned, for people, and they sin, they just don't admit it.
Yeah.
And
it's big
when you can't look at, you know, someone in their position that they're in and have empathy for them, that's a bad sign. Like, if your first instinct is to go off on them, like, bruh, nah. That's straight track.
I feel like one of the problems is, and this is with the here's the issue I see with the younger generation. The younger generation, our generation, even younger, it's like they soft on crime. You know, they live in they sins in church.
Yeah.
In the praise team, ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
This
you know.
is true.
You know, they act like they ain't nothing wrong with it. You know, but the older generation, they be high nerves.
Yeah.
Quick to scold. Slow to talk about it.
Yeah. Man, I've seen people who were strippers, like legit strippers, and they'll cut some girl up because she wearing a dress too short. I've seen it in real life.
And this is, I mean, we both are speaking from experience. This is just like the older saints, you know, they are not what all they cracked up to be. You know, they act and they talk at you, the younger people like
you don't know what.
Like you don't know nothing. They holier than thou. They ain't never sinned. I mean, I can't ever recall hearing an older saint talking about, oh no, this is what they would say. They would say like, I was almost dead, heading towards the grave. What's that thing they used to say? But God, you know, they be like, they'll hit you with that they'll hit you with that pseudo testimony there. You know, that like leaving out. No, give us the gory details.
I'm telling you.
Which foot really was in the grave?
I'm telling you.
What was you up to?
Exactly.
We need to know. Y'all don't want to tell because you know, and the next time you say something.
And you know what, man? Really, a lot of times it's that sometimes they see their sin that they're dealing with in others, and it riles them up because one, they're still doing it, and when they see it in someone else, they're like, no, because they don't want reminders of what they're doing or have done. Like, you got to be transparent with people, or else what's the point of you being a Christian? The point is to bring others to Christ. And if you're not doing it in love, you're not Christ-like. Like, that's who God is. God is love.
And y'all don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to bash churches or older saints or anything, because like I said, the younger saints will be with the foolishness too, man. I mean, in this day and time, I've never seen so many of these walking around and like on leading praise and worship and pastoring in the pulpit. I mean, I just feel like if that's what you want to do in your church, have it on the sign up front, so I know not to go in there. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, take the Bible out of context in a lot of different ways.
Itching ears, as the Bible would say.
Yeah, and like everyone loves to use the Bible for their own benefit, but you know the truth will ring out in the end. So that's why it's always good to read for yourself. Whenever a pastor does a passage or scripture, I go back and read the whole thing because I want to understand who was doing what time was this, you know, what group of people were they talking to, why were they talking to this group of people. Like, you really gotta do your research. That's why it's important to always learn and grow in your walk with Christ, especially on those type of things. Like, always check behind, because you know you can't just blindly follow anyone. Like, you have to know for yourself that, you know, what you're reading is true and what you're receiving is true. Cause
you gotta get understanding.
Oh yeah, in all things you gotta get understanding.
Proverbs 4:7. The beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom. Though it might cost you all you have, get understanding.
I'm telling you.
gotta understand some things,
Yeah.
man. Like these.
But yeah, we talk about cutting people off.
Talking about cutting people off.
Man,
Like I said, we done talked about relationships. We done talked about friendships. We done talking about church. Let's talk about a job.
Woo! And you know what? I've been through a bunch of jobs by now.
Ooh, what?
And it's weird.
I got a rap sheet.
I'm thankful to God that I've never been fired. But, you know, I've quit a whole bunch of times.
I did get fired one time. I was 17 or 16. I think I was 16. I was working at this seafood spot.
Oh, yeah.
But that job was like mad trash. So
Ooh, well,
like, I really didn't care. I was 16. I ain't care.
Yeah. Yeah, but, you know, certain jobs, you know, it'll come to a point where, like, I know for a lot of people, when their mental health is at risk, that's one of the biggest signs that it's time to go. Like, if you can't get a full night's rest,
I was just about to say that.
Because you don't have peace with your job, then it may be a good sign that it's time to find something else. Now, even in leaving a job, you got to be wise. Because there may be some bridges that you may have to cross someday. I'm thankful to God I didn't burn my bridges, because it was those bridges that brought me into where I am now. So you never try to burn those bridges, but, you know, always try to leave with a amount of character. Don't treat people how you were treated, because, you know, you can run into that person and need them one day. You never know.
It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. Let me just be
yeah.
honest. Like, it's hard not to treat people especially when an opportunity. You know, if you see somebody on fire, you got water or gasoline in 2 buckets. Which one do you want to choose? Hey, this person has been giving me trash the whole time I was on that job. You know, I ain't gonna use the gasoline, but I might just let them burn. But that ain't what we're supposed to do.
Nope, at all.
Use the water.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, tell them to stop, drop, and roll.
But yeah, man, like, and you know what? We really gotta talk about how to cut off these things. I know for me, my own parents always taught me, you know, the proper etiquette on how to leave a job. It's always good to have a 2-week notice.
Mm-hmm.
Because one, it shows that you respect the job and the fact that you'll continue to do that job until the appointed time you said you'll leave, and it gives them time to find someone else to replace you. And you know, a lot of these jobs, they feel like, you know, everyone is replaceable.
Yeah, trust me, most jobs, they can have you replaced the same day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's most jobs.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I can't think of a job who would have trouble, especially if it's like fast food, gas stations.
Oh, yeah.
Like distribution centers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unless you're on like some type of job that requires like a certain, like what I do, opticianry, you know, they're not gonna be able to replace me that same day. But I mean, they'll be able to replace me.
Yeah.
I mean, and keep this in mind. If you ever feel bad about leaving the job, just keep this in mind that they, especially in Georgia, they don't need a reason to fire you
at all.
You could be doing your job.
Mm-hmm.
They just get rid of you.
Yeah.
Without telling you, they don't have to give you a 2-week notice.
I'm telling you.
That's the messed up part about it.
Yeah.
They don't have to give you a 2-week notice.
At
no
all. Severance
pay. None of that.
And I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't want to work knowing I'm not finna have a job.
That's why they creep up on you. When they gonna fire you, they don't tell you, hey, in a week.
Cause you gonna get some lackluster work.
Oh yeah, you tell me you about to fire, man. What? I'm be in the restroom.
Okay, like, you know, and that's just what it is. But you know, even in leaving a job, you have to know how to leave. It's always, like I said before, give that 2 weeks. And you ain't got to treat people wrong, you know, cause it's amazing who will come up to you before you leave a job and really say, I'm gonna miss you, or, you know, I really value the time that you were here. It will surprise you. Even some of your enemies might be like, man, I know every day wasn't good here, but, you know, I'm gonna miss you. Although they might be just faking.
It might not be mutual.
Yeah.
But, you know, you can smile and be like,
thank you.
I don't know if I say thank you.
Yeah.
I'd probably just be like, You have a good day.
Man, shoot, it'd be like that though.
Be like, oh, I'm gonna miss your work. I'll be like, you have a good day.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you gotta keep up that character. Even like we said, leaving all those situations we discussed, leaving the church, there's a right way to leave. Like, you know, it's always good to let them know that you're leaving. And you know what? Sometimes you do have to just dip.
Every now and then.
Yeah, if you're in a hostile situation, it's good to just dip, because you know, sometimes you just gotta separate yourself immediately from different type of situations.
Like, I tried.
And you know what? And life changes, so you know, people move away. You know, so they may have to leave their church because they can't attend regularly like they want to. So, and you know, you can't hold those people hostage. Because one, they don't belong to you. They belong to God in all things. And we're all a part of one church anyway. So, you know, you shouldn't feel some type of way if someone leaves. You know, God always refills what he's allowed to leave. So, you know, don't feel like, you know, you're letting everyone down because you leave somewhere because God wants you to go somewhere else. Or, you know, and you have to just keep that respect, you know. Like, hey, I'm thankful for all I learned here, but it's time for me to go to the other church because this is what God called me to do. Even in friendships, like, you gotta know how to break them friendships up. Some people you just gotta cut. Like, look, man, you trash. You really not helping me in any area. I don't feel like you're trying to grow like I am. So, like, I gotta say deuces. And you know what? Even
you like that sometimes.
And some people you can forgive, but still don't want them to have access in your life.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. You should always forgive.
Oh yeah, always.
But yeah, just forgiveness does not mean reconciliation.
Yeah.
To where we once were, to get back to where we once were. No, that jump's dead.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just forgiving you. You know, because I don't want to be like, when I see you in the streets, I start to feel that little thing in my stomach like this.
Yeah.
You know, it's good.
Yeah.
You know, ain't no ill wills.
Oh know? Yeah. And you know what? It's always good to forgive. Like, man, your peace is so important. That's why every chance I get, I look for opportunity to forgive. Or if I've done wrong, I'll ask for opportunity to be forgiven. Because, man, if you hold that in your heart, that can cause some like real actual health problems. Like, when you harboring unforgiveness, no matter who it is, whether it's family members, even at your job, even, you know, forgiving yourself, like, that's important. So, you know, when you're dealing with a friendship or even a relationship, you gotta learn to forgive. And some people you will never get an apology from. And sometimes you have to create your own closure. You have to create your own closure because, you know, like I said, you'll never get that apology from that person. And you have to really, you know, forgive them, forgive yourself, and allow God to work in your heart to be healed of that situation. So always, you know, whenever you want to break up, like either it's a relationship, friendship, church situation, job, even family, which is the hardest, I believe. Like, it's always a good and righteous way to do things, because you know we're all supposed to be exhibiting the character of Christ. So whatever situation that you're in, even if you're dealing with this situation now, I know some people may be considering, you know, removing some friends out of their life, considering moving to a different church, considering leaving their job. It's good to one, evaluate how you fit in their lives and how they fit in yours. Always assess every area of your life. Like, is this really benefiting me? Can I do better with something else? You always got to have those realizations with yourself. Bring Christ into that situation, and y'all iron out the details, man. It's not as hard as it seems. you may feel fearful of what they might say or what they might do, or they may talk about you, but really when you get to the bottom of it, all that really doesn't matter. It really doesn't. So you have to have a peace about it. Once the decision is made, you just gotta make that decision. And like I said before, sometimes you just gotta cut it and move on. And other times you gotta take your time with and exit out smoothly. Mm-hmm. But always just consider the situation as it is and then move on it. So yeah, man. Mm-hmm. Like, bottom line.
Excellent stated, bro.
Bottom line, don't be with the foolishness.
Yeah. Speaking of which, though, y'all know what time it is.
Oh yes,
it is Miss Me with the Foolishness. Now, this is probably one of the most ignorant things I'm about to ever read. Ignorant. But I'm about to read it nonetheless.
Buckle your seats, because it's about to get a little graphic.
Yeah. So, mom, but it's M-U-M in this article, drink sperm smoothies to fight off coronavirus.
Semen. And I ain't talking the Navy. Like, bro,
a mother of two believes that drinking smoothies with a shot of sperm. What's a shot of sperm even look like?
I'm thinking of a little shot glass.
She probably had I'm gonna put S on this shot glass so I know.
I'm telling you, cause ain't no way I ain't eating nothing in her house. I ain't drinking nothing. Nope.
You want a smoothie?
Nah,
I'm good.
Nope.
With a shot of sperm to help boost her immune system and help preventing coronavirus.
Wait.
32 years old. She grown woman.
3 shots a week, bruh.
She takes 3 of these a week in a smoothie.
Like, come on. And she's a personal trainer. Like, bruh, just think how many clients
she said probably I found a vegan friendly.
False, because if you eating sperm, that ain't vegan. That's like eating chicken eggs before they fully develop.
Basically,
it's the same thing.
It's from an animal.
You're cannibal. That's what she is. She a vegan with benefits. Like, come on, man. She straight out tripping with this.
Just foul.
That ain't vegan at all.
Disgusting.
God, dog. And she does all kinds of stuff with this stuff. Like, she'll put it in a freezer, put them in ice cubes.
Cause her boyfriend stays, she getting a long distance relationship. So she can have him come drop some off, and she put it in the ice tray.
And bro, she said the fresher the better. So I wonder if she goes straight from the source.
She said she don't do it that way. She just be having him drop it off in something for her.
Well, how she know that it's his?
He comes over and does it.
Man,
said the quality depends on how hydrated.
I'm like, oh, I see you haven't been drinking your water lately.
Yeah, they were like, you tasting a little dehydrated. They were
like, come on now, like, bruh, she
says it does wonders for her skin.
I've heard that.
I ain't gonna lie, I've heard that too.
I've heard that, but I've never heard anyone actually prove it. I never heard scientists come out and say that is true. So
you think they gonna really? I mean, I would ever be interesting to see if somebody was willing to pay for scientists to study that. So we need some volunteers that wants to wipe this random semen on their faces. We trying to see if it clears up your acne.
I'm pretty sure there's some crazy folks who will volunteer.
Man,
I'm just saying they out there.
Oh well, yeah. They was paying people how much? 8,000 to inject you with that coronavirus. She said she ain't been sick since 2017. It's 2017, that is, not year 17.
Shoot,
I say no, she ain't been drinking it for 15 years.
I was gonna say, man, man, nah, bro, that ain't the case. I'm like, ain't no way.
I mean, that ain't really saying much. Saying you ain't had a cold or a flu. I haven't had a cold or a flu since. I mean, a cold or a flu is not something people just catch every year, though. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Now there are some who are more susceptible to it.
Well, yeah, I mean, especially if they have like other health issues. But
just be regularly sick is not common.
You just not gonna regularly catch the flu or a cold every year.
Yeah, and she may be someone who washes her hands regularly.
Yeah, do you shower on the daily?
Mm-hmm. Like, ugh. That's just disgusting. Like,
hey, y'all seen a picture of her smoothie, man? It looked like
doo doo, but liquidy.
It looked like biohazard fluid. Like from a fat. It looked like that stuff Joker fell in.
Okay, like it's just brown and
green.
Yeah, I'm
got
like,
a brown and green texture to it. Yeah, that junk looks disgusting.
Yeah,
I like. So how do you when you make a smoothie for your kids?
I'm telling you, like, she must have specific stuff to do just this.
Yeah,
cause I ain't even coming over your house.
She said she put in her ice cubes,
bruh,
an ice cube tray. How much?
I wouldn't even want to use her bathroom.
Does she
bruh.
chase it with water?
I highly doubt it, since it's already hydrated.
That's a lot for him to be putting in the ice cube.
Like, just be. No,
must use a syringe.
Okay, like
I'm just trying to understand the
process.
How the process. I'm like, this is mind blowing to me.
And really, that's entrapment, man. Because there's plenty of women who will freeze someone else's sperm to use it later as, you got me pregnant.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ain't no way you keeping samples.
He's stupid.
Like,
he's stupid. He's stupid. Ain't
I'm
no
telling
way.
You, talking about he ain't want to be lame. But this chick crazy.
Like, oh well, I can't have my girlfriend drinking some other dudes. I'm like,
yeah, shoot.
I'm like, I got a better. See this just lines right up with what we were talking about. I got a better solution for you, fam. Cut it.
You got to cut it, cause man,
she cutting him.
She drinking him.
Like, I'm saying, she cutting his man's fur. She's probably cutting it with cornstarch and water.
I don't know. She vegan, so she probably ain't using that cornstarch.
Oh man,
golly, like, she just like, that's just messed up, man. Like.
Said ain't no different from drinking honey and lemon water when you have a sore throat.
Lies.
Okay, yeah, lies you tell. Because you sit on a throne of lies. So that's a lie from the pits of hell. Like, first of all, honey and lemon water ain't came out of that ain't nobody's body fluids, man. That is completely different.
And I wonder how she came to this conclusion before she actually asked for samples. Was she, using her throat before this happened?
Was she drinking another dude before?
I'm saying
she been drinking the same dude for the last.
What I want to know is where she came to the conclusion. Was she giving fellatio and was like, my throat feels better?
I actually remember that in the old show.
Oh yeah,
yeah. You ever seen that show Rescue Me?
It sounds familiar.
It's about them firefighters. It starts off like right after kind of picks up like right after the whole 9/11 incident. And well, either way, there was an episode where they was talking about that clears your throat. No, hold up, no, that was actually on a scientific website.
Oh damn!
Back in high school.
Oh wow!
Talking about opening the throat up, good for sore throat.
Man, no, I'll take some cold pills. I'm good.
Yeah.
And don't let them be still alive, just up in there swimming.
Well, I don't know. I heard since they hit air.
Oh well, yeah.
It's a wrap anyway. or within seconds. I don't know. I don't research these things.
Yeah, I'm like, no, fam.
So,
nope.
See, this is what happens in quarantine, man. People start tripping. Now she claims she been doing this since 2017. Okay, fine. But why are you putting it out there now?
I'm telling you.
You think that's stopping you from catching coronavirus only been around for about what?
A couple of months.
A couple of months in America. Probably end of 2019. But that's neither here nor there.
It's still months. It ain't a year.
Yeah, so I'm like, that's yet to be seen if it really works. I mean, but hey, you do you. We ain't trying to discourage anybody from.
I am.
I mean,
don't be out here drinking semen. I've been saying, Matt, you.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. I'm like, I'm like, you gave. I'm like, well, you heard, bro. I mean, that ain't gonna stop them from doing what they do. But you heard, bro. You heard him.
That's just craziness. That just speaks crazy. Cause this chick may be slipping this junk in yo drink.
Talking about her friend's drink?
Yes. Like, bruh, if she come over the house, I'm like, oh, I got some ice in the freezer. And you break them ice and put them in your drink. And that junk dissolves. You would be heated if you knew what it was.
Heated?
Like, bruh, no. All it takes is for her to get those trays confused with some other ice trays. And it's over. Like,
bro, that's a nightmare.
So one of us gonna die. I don't know who, but one of us is gonna die.
Talking about somebody getting cut out. Somebody getting cut.
Shoot,
there's gonna be some cutting going on in there. Like somebody gonna get cut for real.
Said my heart ain't there yet. That's what I'm working on, cause somebody will have to die.
That sounds like somebody would do like for a prank.
Oh,
you remember American Pie band camp?
Yeah.
Where he took that lotion bottle and then he put a bunch of his semen in there. And
yeah.
Takes it and just rubs it all on his face.
Oh yeah. Dead,
bro.
Like I'm throwing everything away. Everything I work for. I don't care if I got a family or not. You gonna die. Like. I don't care if you in the restroom and you jacking off and splatter come my way, you gon' die.
What Tony Baker say? It's a semen, right? Taste it to see if it's pure.
See if it's pure. You gonna get these pure death.
Decimated.
Like, ooh.
Annihilation.
Bruh.
Total annihilation.
Immediate instinct.
Demolition.
Death. Either you gonna die or I'm gonna die. In that same day, somebody gonna die. Cause, one, either I'm not living in this world where I got semen on me, or you not living in this world where you got semen on me. Either way, somebody's got to go. Ooh, no. And I ain't the biggest germaphobe at all. But if
talking about
I don't care if it's the most famous person in the world, you gon' die.
Oh,
I will scheme and plot to come find you and kill you. Dead. You got me on record. Build the case now. If you ever catch me with something on me, if I step in some random one, I'm going to take it to the police. Say, can you evaluate where this DNA is from? They give me the results. It's over from there. I'm going to register a gun. And either me or you is going to die.
Could you imagine explaining that in court?
Oh, I would openly admit it.
Oh.
So, Jeremy, what did they do to you?
Oh.
He got semen on my left pinky toe. So you just killed him? Yes. Now, how much time do I got? I got things to do.
Oh, man.
Straight up. You gonna catch it on sight. Like,
oh, man. Talking about getting clapped.
bruh. I don't think about killing people at all. But if that were to happen, that is my straight instinct. I don't care if you pranking or what. Shoot. I'm immediately going to that.
Oh, man, that was funny, man.
But yeah, man, like, whew, that's just, I can't even imagine that, bro. Like, no. Like, and just to have that in your body, like, bruh, that's got to be crazy. Like, ugh.
Huh?
Just to have someone else semen in your body.
I mean, are we talking about from man to woman?
Either way. Like, it's pretty much like peeing in someone's mouth.
Well, I'm not gonna get into all that.
Like, you pulling the R. Kelly, like,
bro, no. Oh, no, bro. It's coming out the same hole, but that is not the same thing.
It ain't the same, but it's from the same place.
Okay, all right, I feel you though, but like, yeah, y'all.
So which one do you feel is worse? Peeing, you digesting someone's pee or someone's semen?
Bro, ain't neither one of them going
down.
I mean, because do you imagine what gotta happen? Like, no, fam. I'm a old man. I don't even ponder these things, even in the context of this conversation.
I'm just saying, like, either situation.
As an old man, it's bad either way.
I'm almost to the point, if my child changing their diaper, if they get that little splatter on me,
I mean, bro, you gonna be in trouble there, bro.
Patrick!
You gonna be in trouble there, fam. Cause I'm like,
nah, I'm just
a
playing
baby
with
gonna pee on you, boy.
I'm just playing with that. Cause that's TT. I can deal with a little TT, but you know,
what if they do
that pure.
What if they do on you?
Oh, just throw the whole child away.
Yeah. I done seen some of the damage that babies do, boy.
Man, I done seen a whole bunch of it. Some of it make you want to get snipped. Cause good God, I ain't ready yet, Lord. Lord knew I wasn't ready. So I ain't had nothing yet. Glory to God. Cause whoo.
Boy, we gonna be some old dads, bro.
Hey, it is what it is.
Like, we gonna be like 50 something with a high schooler. We keep playing.
That's how my dad was. So
we keep playing. We gonna be like about 50 something, and the joker gonna be just now about to graduate high school.
Hey, either way, man. Shoot, I'm learning now to not be based on a timeline, because if you rush any part of your life, you'll end up failing.
True.
So that's why it's always good to look at your situation in a real aspect, what you can do right now.
How many kids you playing with?
I mean, my ideal number is 3, but
that's a good number.
But you know, after that one, we'll see.
You gotta have at least 2, one for that.
I ain't got to do nothing but stay black and die.
I mean, I'm just saying, you gotta give him one to play. Give him a sibling to play with.
I mean, yeah. If that first one come out, I was like, okay, I can do this again.
Yeah, you better do them close. If you give it about 5-6 years, you gonna be like, nah, man, we done got this one to a point. I don't want to go through all that again,
man.
So I'm gonna be trying to have mine at least about.
Just think, years. Right when you get your child out of diaper, another one comes.
Well, at least you'll know what they expect.
Yeah, man, you know,
to a certain extent.
Yeah,
I think all babies are pretty much alike for that first year, but when they get to talking and carrying on,
get their own attitudes and such, their characters.
You be like, who made you like that?
Okay, you your mama's baby.
Yeah, all day.
But yeah, man, we were just talking about cutting folks off. But yeah, like we said before, always, look at your surroundings, see who's surrounded by you, look at their character, what type of content they're bringing to you. Always, look at yourself as well. When you're considering cutting someone off for a job or church, whatever. But we hope y'all got something out of this. We definitely enjoy doing this for y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. We're here every Wednesday. We gonna keep it moving, no matter what happens in Rona 2020. We gonna keep it popping for y'all. So follow us, Parking Lot Parables, on all social media platforms.
Yeah, y'all hit us up, engage. Let us know what y'all want to hear us talking about. I think what we shooting for, bro? Like first episode of June, first guest.
Yeah.
You think it'll be good?
Yeah, we'll probably have our first guest in June. So.
All right. Yeah. So y'all be looking out for that. We're gonna have a guest. We already know who it is, but we gonna wait till later to announce all that.
Oh yeah.
Y'all follow me, Matt P. You can follow me, Matthew Priest, on Facebook, Matt P. 2 Real on Instagram, Unprecedented MP on Snapchat and Twitter.
Oh yeah, you can follow me at the Chase Harden on all social media platforms.
And once again, y'all know, don't let too much time go by before you have to cut something off.
No, I'm telling you, because
your health be in question. So y'all think about everything we done said.
Oh yeah,
don't be drinking no semen smoothies, anything like that.
Definitely not that.
And of course, y'all stay blessed.
Oh yeah.
I am Matt P.
And I'm Jeremy Chase.
One time.
Yes, sir.